Hi book nerds, this is The Never Ending Reader. I'm Brittany and I wanted to share with you my July TBR. So I've already read this book, which is Queen of Hearts by Colleen Oakes. I started this in June and I finished it in July and it was just kind of okay. I know it's a series, I won't be carrying on with it, but I don't know, it was cute and fast and fun and just not much to talk about. I will be reading this with my children, which is Dinosaurs Before Dark by Mary Pope Osborne. This is part of the Magic Treehouse series, and my daughter is 6, so we've been just wanting to get more into chapter books, and the Magic Treehouse series was something that I loved as a child. And I will also be reading Carry the Wind by Terry C. Johnston. So this is something that my grandfather recommended to me. It's about fur trapping in the mountains, and I've kind of tabbed it up a little bit to make it seem less intimidating because it is 700 pages, but it's just something that I wanted to read to like be able to talk to my grandpa about. So those are the 3 books that are not part of a readathon. So I will be taking part in the Owls readathon, or the OWLs readathon. It's inspired by Harry Potter, which I'm sure you guys all know, and technically it's over. The Book Roast is the channel that actually hosts this readathon, and she'll be doing the NEWTs next month. And I wanted to do the NEWTs, so I decided to do the Owls this month. Now, the thing is, there's no way I'm going to be able to get to any of these books, all of them. I mean, there's just too many, but I wanted to give myself options, so I picked books for each challenge, and there's 12 of them. Well, first we have Ancient Runes, which is a book with a symbol on the cover, and for this one I chose Alex and Eliza, and I just figured the heart is a symbol of love. And this is by Melissa De La Cruz, and I believe it is like a Hamilton retelling. Not retelling, but just a spin on Hamilton. So the next book I have picked is for Arithmecy, and it is something with a number on the cover or title, and for that I picked 1984 by George Orwell. I hear this is like a Big Brother type of book, super scary, giving the, you know, climate of our world right now, you know, the USA in particular. So I'm excited to read this, but a little nervous because it might hit pretty close to home. So for astronomy, I picked Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This is supposed to be a science fiction. It said it was in the dust jacket. I believe it is about somebody being kidnapped. I don't know. I saw a lot of people on BookTube and Bookstagram recommending it, so I did pick it up. It was at Walmart for like $6, so I couldn't pass that up. Then for Care of Magical Creatures, we have a book that has a magical creature in it or on the cover, and for this I picked A Wrinkle in Time. This is by Madeline L'Engle. I'm probably pronouncing that super wrong. I don't know anything about this story. I know the movie just came out. I think it's a classic. It's fantasy, I think, so I'm gonna like it regardless, and I'm super pumped to read that. And for a charms class, we are supposed to pick a book that is a fantasy, and for that I picked Furthermore by Tahira Mafi. And I picked this, I have read this and I loved it. It was 5 stars. I read it, I believe, right when it came out, and I wanted to reread it, and just for the reason of I haven't read Witchwood yet, which is a little further on my TBR. I just wanted to give it another go. I kind of want to annotate it. I really enjoyed it last time. Then for Defense Against the Dark Arts, we are to pick a book featuring a secret society or club, and for this I chose The Iron Triangle. This is by Dan Briotti, and my husband picked this for me. It's like about a secret group, the Carlisle group. I don't know. My husband has interesting tastes, so I'm assuming this will be some weird, not Illuminati, but might as well be a type of book. I am interested to read it though and tell him what I think about it. For the class divination, we needed to find something that features a prophecy, which the only thing I could think of was Harry Potter and Percy Jackson, which I have read a lot. So I did end up Googling books that featured a prophecy, and one that came up was Foundation by Isaac Asimov. I'm not sure what this is about. I think it may be science fiction, just judging on the cover, but I guess I will find out. I believe it's pretty popular. This is a bind up of a lot of his works. I'm not sure if it's all of them, but I will only be reading the first book in here, Foundation. Then for Herbology, we are supposed to pick a book that has a nature word in the title, and for this I went with Witchwood by Tahara Mafi. I'm sure you guys have heard about this nonstop. This is the second book in the Furthermore. I don't know if it's like a series or not. I believe this is just kind of like a companion novel, but I have not read this yet, and I would really, really like to get to it. The cover is so beautiful. And I'm just really excited to read it, finally. So for History of Magic, we are supposed to pick a historical fiction, and for this, I went with The White Princess by Philippa Gregory. So this is the next book in the series. I've already completed a lot of them. These are about like Tudor era England. This is about Queen Elizabeth of York. She is the wife of Henry VII, mother of King Henry VIII, who was very crazy. I am enjoying it. I only have a large print edition, and it's super not fun. I'm 250 pages into it, but just reading large print throws me off really bad. But I am enjoying it, as I do with all of her books. She's my guilty pleasure author. For Muggle Studies, we are to pick a non-fiction, and for this I picked Yes Please by Amy Poehler. This is her biography, I believe. I found it at Goodwill, obviously, for 99 cents. It kind of intrigued me. I don't know much about her life. I do like her on Parks and Recs, and my husband watched her on a TV show many moons ago that he also enjoyed, so I think it'll be interesting. I'd like to see what her life's about, so. For potions, we are to pick a book about alchemy. So I picked The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I probably just butchered that name. I also found this one at Goodwill for 99 cents. I'm assuming it features alchemy because it is called The Alchemist. I do believe it is about kind of like a journey into the Egyptian desert, and they're like searching for buried treasure. It's short, so I kind of just wanted to get it off my shelf because I've had it for quite some time now. And the last book on my TBR is for Transfiguration, and we are to pick a book featuring a shapeshifter or a cat on the cover. So I did not find a book with a cat on the cover, but I did find this. It is Blood and Chocolate by Annette Curtis Klaus. So I'm really reaching here because it's not technically about Transfiguration, but it is about werewolves. So I think I can get away with it because they are people that turn into werewolves. I believe this is a movie. My friend and I did watch a movie called Blood and Chocolate many years ago, probably 10 years ago. So I'm wondering if maybe that movie is from this book, but I'm not entirely sure. I will give you an update on that. So that is my July TBR. It's super ambitious. There's no way that I can possibly finish it, but I'm gonna give it a go, especially since I will be starting back up college soon, in just a couple months. So I really wanted to get some good reading in. If you're participating in the Owls readathon or the NEWTs, leave me a comment, or if you see anything that I mentioned here and you would like to buddy read it, let me know, because I would love to buddy read. Thanks for coming.